Hello everyone, my name is Nina and welcome to a new Infinity Nikki video. First of all, I am so sorry for making you all wait for that long. That certainly was not the plan, but without getting into needless detail, I was not in the right headspace for it for a few months, and when I felt better, the heat waves came in, and let me tell you, recording a voiceover with 4 fans pointing at you is not great for the sound quality. So, thank you all for your patience and for caring enough to ask about updates. It means more to me than you can know. So, things seem to be better. We are still in the middle of a heat wave here, but it's more manageable. Right now I have 1 fan next to me instead of 4, so I can keep the noise level pretty low. I am currently working on the guide for Chapter 2 of the Wishfield storyline, and I'll talk about it more at the end of this video. However, that's not what we are doing today, and I hope you won't hate me for it, but I promise there is a genuine reason why I am releasing this one, which is technically more about side content, before doing Chapter 2. If you have started the game recently, you will have automatically unlocked a quest when you first visited the Sea of Stars called Set Off for Warm Place. That being said, you could not complete that quest at the time because it required you to be level 10. Well, by the end of Chapter 1, which is where we left it off with this guide, there is a good chance that you reached level 10, especially if you took at least a couple of days to complete the chapter and followed my advice to do your dailies. And although it is technically side content, that quest unlocks the sprawling housing system in this game, which is going to be a very long-term endeavor to fully unlock. So, if you are at all interested, I strongly recommend that you get started with housing as early as possible. So today we are going to focus on how to unlock your personal island, the basic ins and outs of the housing system, and what you can do during the first 24 hours in your new home for the best of starts. And now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So, as you can see, this account is now level 11. And so the Set Off for Warm Place quest, which is located under the World tab, is now available. And I can verify the location on the map. Beside Unbound Wharf, a mysterious stranger awaits your arrival. Go see them. They seem to have a gift for you. I love presents. So I am going to head to the Sea of Stars, first to do my dailies, and then we catch up once I arrive near the crystal tree at the Unbound Wharf. The first cutscene will play as soon as you approach the tree once you've reached level 10, so there is actually a good chance you start this one accidentally.
The seer calls her dear pink star, Nikki. You really do stand out. And this must be a descendant of the famous Momo clan.
You've heard of the Momo clan? I'm impressed! Wait, are we really that famous?
I'm just being polite. Don't take it to heart. I've been wanting to meet you for a long time, but hadn't finished the gift the seer wants to give you. So our meeting has been delayed.
Gift?
That's right. A gift welcoming you to the Sea of Stars. Although she was already satisfied with it, I spent extra time perfecting the finer details. I hold my work to a very high standard, especially when it's meant to be given as a gift.
I'm curious to see what kind of gift this is.
Hold on, Nikki. We still don't even know who this guy is yet.
Just call me Orin. Nothing fancy like the seer. But if you like, you can call me Tall Momo.
Hey!
Okay, we have seen what Tall Momo looks like, and it was terrifying. So let's not go there.
I never expected to see anyone else here besides the seer.
Just like you, I was also taken in by her. Only she found me far, far earlier than she found you. Long ago, when everything was on the brink of collapse, the seer found me and brought me to the Sea of Stars. Wandering. Just wandering. I suppose you get used to it after a while. Those beautiful memories from back then sometimes return to me in my dreams. Eventually, I came to accept that even gods can, at times, be powerless.
You were one of Miraland's gods?
That's not important anymore. I'm just someone who follows the seer, guarding the Sea of Stars. Enough about me, though. I'd much rather share with you the gift we've lovingly prepared. A vast land floating above the clouds, thriving with life, offering safety, comfort, and freedom. Let your imagination run wild and use your whim to make it reflect you. Every aspect of it will be defined by your heart and inspiration. I hope someday you'll come to see it as a home, a haven where even wandering stars can rest between journeys.
Home? A home?
Calling it a home may be a little premature. For now, it's just a beautiful floating island, graced with lovely scenery and charming locals, as adorable as Momo.
A floating island?
Yes, an entire island full of wonder and magic. Hills rolling like the verses of a poem, lakes mirroring the stars in the sky, flowers dancing in the evening breeze, and forest paths that twist and turn. Every corner holds a little surprise, just waiting for you. And those surprises won't include any little troublemakers, like those with dark hearts.
You're not talking about Esslings, are you?
Of course, but worry not. This island is truly safe. You have nothing to fear.
That's awesome! Nikki, now we can play outside without having to worry about anything.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Charming locals?
Yes, they're called yardlings, small spirits that live there. In the days ahead, they might just make your life a little easier.
Sounds like you know all about them.
I wouldn't say I know them well, just familiar with their ways. From what I've gathered, they're drawn to those who are kind and brave at heart.
Aren't you just describing Nikki?
I'm sure they'll be more than delighted to meet you.
Why are you giving me this gift? I'm curious. What's the reason behind it?
The seer told me that even wandering stars grow weary. At the start of every journey, long and winding like the Sea of Stars itself, she hopes you'll always be at your very best before facing the unknown. Besides, how can one take on fate while weary from wandering beneath the stars each night?
Let me make sure I got this right. You're saying the home you're giving us is an entire island?
Set off when you're ready. The waters have been still for too long. It's time now to make waves.
Whoa! This place is amazing!
Thank you for the gift, Orin.
A gift from the Sea of Stars. Glad you like it.
I can't wait to explore!
Before that, let's give your island a name. Hopefully not something cliché like Home Sweet Home.
I must say, I was initially tempted to call it Sweet Home Sweet, but in the end, I decided to go for the more serious option. And if you know, you know. If you know what this is referring to, feel free to let me know in the comments below.
Orin? Are you leaving?
Yes. Even a displaced god has duties to fulfill. Though I've lost the place where I belong, I still find my way through the Sea of Stars.
Well then, will we see you again someday?
Of course, little Miss Star. Old stories are the seeds for new ones. Perhaps one day in the future, you and I will stand side by side and clear the fog of fate together.
Then, farewell, Orin.
Goodbye, Nikki. Enjoy your time on the island.
Nikki, I hear voices over there.
Could it be the locals Orin mentioned? Let's go check it out.
So the game does not completely abandon you, even with Orin gone. The world quest Life in a Warm Place starts immediately and will help guide somewhat your first steps on your own island. And to get it started, we need to go towards the home's entrance.
It's all your fault. My flower is ruined. Oh no, a few petals really did fall. But if I give it some extra care over the next few days, it'll grow back. But it's no longer a perfect gift. Plus, the person we're waiting for is almost here. There's no time to prepare another one. Come on, Jasmine. Sprout will do her best. We may still make it in time. Oh no, too late. Our guest has arrived.
Hi there, I'm Nikki, and this is my friend Momo.
You must be the charming locals Orin mentioned. Yep, we're the Yardlings, and you can call me Sprout. The gentle one over there is named Lotus, and that grumpy-looking one goes by Jasmine. Hey, how could you introduce me to Nikki like that? Sorry, Nikki. Once Sprout and Jasmine start bickering, there's just no stopping them. Only the boss can get them under control. The boss is off getting your place ready right now. No rush. She always shows up right on time.
Is your boss also a cute little yardling?
I hope she's a big, chubby, golden yardling. Our boss Posy is pink, just like you, Nikki. She's not a golden yardling. She's incredible and knows all kinds of dazzling womency. Whoa, sounds like Nikki's part of the family. That's right. We're all family here. Sprout, Jasmine, what are you two arguing about again? Boss, Sprout messed up my flower. Boss, I was just really excited to meet Nikki and ended up flying too fast. But Jasmine's flower is even more fragile than she is. One little breeze and it's scattered. See, boss? One's all muss and the other's all fuss. Sprout didn't know that the flower was Jasmine's welcome gift for Nikki. She'd been growing it for a long time, hoping to give Nikki the perfect present. So of course it meant a lot to her. Good thing Nikki's here now. Things can turn for the better. Nikki, you've got the potential to make this whole place even more beautiful. I'll help you master the planting ability. Making this flower bloom will be a breeze for you. Guess what, Jasmine? This is going to be the very first flower Nikki grows with her own hands. This time, Nikki's the one who fixed things. Sprout, make sure you apologize to Jasmine properly afterward.
Let it bloom. I'm ready.
This is the sketch for the planting outfit, Spring Blossom. Craft it, and you'll be able to attune to the voice of all growing things and get the planting ability. We've prepared a fertile plot of land just for you. Nikki, use the planting ability there to sow this seed.
All right, one of the priorities during your first few days on the island will be to unlock most of the different abilities related to housing, of which there are 6 in total. We start with the outfit Spring Bloom, for which we receive the sketch for free, thank you Posy, which grants us the planting ability. As you can see, it comes very cheap, it's only 10 threads of purity.
You've fully mastered the planting ability! Nikki, time to plant that seed the Yardlings gave you.
After using the default planting ability, Nikki can grow crops in home and water them to help them grow faster. Care for them well, and they'll reward Nikki with lush harvests. Each seed holds possibilities. Some may yield unique shapes or rare surprise varieties. Nikki's efforts in planting will help her gain home insights and selling crops, grants astrolites. With improved mastery, more gameplay and ability fusion features will be unlocked, allowing Nikki to combine other abilities she has gained throughout her life in home. Just like any other ability, bring up the wheel to switch to planting. Then, after you activate the ability near an empty field, a menu with all your available crops will show up. Right now, we only have fragrant cups, so the choice is pretty straightforward. If you check the crop, you will get information like growth duration, selling price, and a list of different possible varieties on the left. For now, don't worry too much about all this and just plant a seed. And for your good deed, you get home insights. Every bit of effort spent on your home will turn into home insight, which helps you improve your abilities and manage your home. Home insights are both going to be incredibly important and the source of much frustration during the whole process of developing your home, because they are the currency needed to develop your home abilities, but they are strictly limited to 100 a day. As such, they are single-handedly responsible for time-gating the whole home system. Anyway, for now, let's just gather the crop.
Just being with Nikki and watching it grow is already so fulfilling. Let's go ahead and show the Yardlings.
Before following Momo's advice, though, I am going to immediately plant more fragrant cups in all the empty fields. Now, interestingly, if I interact with the fields while plants are growing there, this will bring up a different menu with, this time, dews. All shorten the time needed for a plant to grow, but the ones which are currently locked will also help us increase the proportion of rarer breeds.
You three, always causing a commotion. Did you forget the main task? When Nikki returns, we've got to team up and help her settle into her new home. Ah, speaking of Nikki, there she is. Nikki, have you already grown the fragrant cups?
It's thriving. We had a great harvest.
You know what? It's even more beautiful than I imagined. I've never seen Jasmine like this. So gentle, softer than the petals themselves. Looks like she's finally calmed down.
Nikki, you were a huge help. Thank you so much. Ah, these are the astrolites I've been saving up. You're definitely going to need them someday.
Astrolites. Oh, I can feel energy flowing inside of them.
Whoa, that sounds pretty cool.
Just like I thought, Nikki truly understands astrolites. Their origins are actually quite similar to we Yardlings. All things that were lost to oblivion were then graced with a gentle blessing, sparing them from erasure. They returned to a primal, nearly invisible form, drifting quietly through the world. Orin discovered a special kind of women's seed that can gather those drifting remnants and condense them into astrolites. He even planted an astral tree here to help the process, and now it's bearing fruit. All the astrolites on the tree belong to you, Nikki. Be sure to harvest them when they're ripe. But first, let's head to your home and discover what astrolites can really do.
The astral tree will generate astrolites over time. Strike the tree using the purification ability to collect astrolites. So I'm going to show you where the astrolite tree is located, and typically I go there once a day to obtain astrolites, but it can stock, I think, up to 3 days of astrolite production before it is maxed out. So try to gather them, I'd say, at least once every 2 days. You need it to heat it with a purification blast. If you do not have access to the purification ability because you started in Italand, know that you cannot use your bow, but you can jump and plunge. That will work as well.
Here we are, your brand new home. Still pretty empty at the moment. Orin tried several interior styles, but none of them felt right to him. He said it's best to leave everything to you. You're sure to have all kinds of wonderful ideas to make this place warm and beautiful. Also, we can help you with using astrolites. The way they work is truly amazing.
Maybe then it's a tool the Yardlings are good at using to help build furniture?
Unfortunately, we've lived on the island since birth and never seen the outside world. But astrolites are different. As you heard earlier, astrolites are formed from those vanished remnants, so each astrolite holds the very energy and messages of creation itself. We Yardlings can decode the messages hidden within the astrolites and relay them to Orin. It helps him in researching seed cultivation and furniture design.
The inspiration drawn from all the messages must be incredible. I really want to see Orin's research.
I knew Nikki would be interested. Orin shared some of his research with me, which will definitely come in handy when decorating. Awesome! I want them all! Orin said he'd love to give everything to Nikki for free, but to keep his research going, he needs to collect just a small amount of astrolites as a symbolic gesture. That way, he can continue making discoveries and bringing you even more surprises. In the end, it still comes down to our own two hands. No one can match Nikki's skill in craft. I've got just the right sketch for your very first project.
When it comes to crafting things from sketches, I'm a pro. So what kind of design have the Yardlings come up with?
Here we need to interact with Posey again, and it will open up a menu. A couple more entries will be added shortly, but let's have a look at what we have for now. One entry is the home journal. You will have a summary of events on your home island, and maybe more importantly, if you switch tabs and go to Management Guide, you have a long list of achievements that will all earn you astrolites as you complete them. Please note there is also a home entry now in your courses, accessible from your purple, but those will earn you diamonds just like all other achievements. The other entry is the Yardling shop. This is where you can buy most things that you will need to grow your home, including, very importantly, crops. But right now, what we need is a furniture sketch, the only one available, the Momo throne.
Momo sees, Momo wants, Momo gets. Now all that's left is for Nikki to make the Momo throne.
The crafting table can finally be put to use. Follow me. This is the crafting table. When Orin left it, he said Nikki just needs to follow the standard steps. You know, this, then that, then she can craft furniture in no time.
This and then that? I didn't catch that at all. Is this Orin guy testing Nikki?
It's my first time trying to craft furniture. Maybe what Orin meant is that, just like with other abilities, I need to first create a furniture crafting outfit.
It's simple, Nikki. This ability permit is your reward for answering correctly. Redeem it for the construction outfit sketch, then learn the construction ability.
And we obtained an ability permit. A special permit is required to learn home abilities. There is power in trust and encouragement in hope. So we got the planting ability automatically earlier, but to unlock all other abilities, we'll need an ability permit for each. You will obtain most of them automatically as you grow your abilities. We'll see a little later how that works. For now, talk to Posy again and go to the new home abilities entry. First, we'll get a summary of what we got with the level 1 planting ability earlier. And now we can unlock new home abilities thanks to our permit. Select the home ability you want to master. We don't have a choice here. It's going to be construct. Press X to redeem ability outfit sketches. And just like before, we are going to need to craft the ability outfit. Again, very cheap. It only costs us 12 threads of purity, sorry.
The crafting table and make our first piece of furniture.
So we unlocked the ability to place furniture and structures in batches and purchase sketches. After using the home construction ability, Nikki can become a master home designer, letting inspiration flow as she freely selects furniture to craft and decorate her home. Each creation grants home insights. As Nikki's construction ability improves, she'll unlock more furniture, new placement options, and ability fusion to combine other abilities she has gained throughout her life in home. And most importantly, we gain the ability to use a crafting table. So to craft any item, just go to the Home Item tab, select the sketch you want to craft. This will bring up information about that item in the top right corner, and under it, the materials needed. In this case, it's going to be 6 simple fragrant cups, which you will have automatically obtained. And now the crafting has gone to the crafting queue. Each craft is going to take a certain amount of time. This one is very short, but most of them are going to be much longer than that. There is always the option to accelerate the craft, which I'm going to do here because I don't want for us guys to wait. And to accelerate such a short crafting is actually going to be very cheap. It costs you 2 astralites per minute. And here we have our beautiful Momo throne.
This exquisite. Let's put it in the yard so they can admire it properly. Not because I'm just itching to plop down and roll around on that chair Nikki made right now or anything.
And as we head out, we can see that our crops have matured. Now, the cool thing about this one is that we have actually all 3 types of fragrant cups out. So at the back, the most common one, the yellow fragrant cup. The magenta is the second rarest, and the rarest is the crimson fragrant cup. I'm saying that, but there is one exception. There is an ultra rare type, but it only grows very, very rarely. Okay, let's switch to the construction ability and give Momo's throne its rightful place in the sun. When I activate the skill, it will bring up a ribbon at the bottom. The item I have just crafted is on there. Above it, you have a small menu of actions that I can use. I'm going to ignore a die completely for now. We don't have any anyways. We'll need to craft them later. And as you can see, I can rotate. Rotation happens on fixed incrementations on fixed angles. I can change by how much the rotation happens. This is something that I'll show you later though. For now, I'm just going to worry about moving the story forward. Once I'm happy with the position and exit, I will be asked to save it as part of the current scheme.
Check it out! The vibrant colors and curves are perfectly tailored for Momo's comfort. Are you really a furniture novice, Nikki?
With a clear picture of Momo sprawled out on the sofa in my mind, it went smoothly.
You've truly reached what Orin calls a whole other level. I'll expand the building area now so you can fully showcase your skills. In the future, if you ever need more space to build, just make sure to bring me plenty of astrolites.
So you can expand too. Soon I'll be able to lounge anywhere I want.
It's time to go see the outside now. Let's help Nikki upgrade her construction ability. Nikki's hard work on her home will turn into home insights. Now, you've already gathered enough home insights to upgrade your home abilities. With a bigger building area, why not upgrade your construction ability first? Once you master an ability, you can even fuse it with others. By combining the abilities you've gained on your adventure with your life at home, you can use home abilities in exciting ways!
Thank you, Posy. I'll do my best to build our home.
We'll all pitch in more, too. Now, give your upgraded construction ability a try and place some furniture.
And this is a game we're going to play for the next couple of months. You go to the ability level tab, you select the ability you want to upgrade, and you just have to press here on X to upgrade the home ability. Each ability is made up of 10 levels. Every time you upgrade, you unlock either new abilities or upgrades of existing abilities. Here is the thing though, every time you upgrade, the next ability will become more expensive. So you start very low, but eventually one ability will cost you up to 300 home insights. So it's going to cost you 3 days work to just get to that level 10, from 9 to 10 specifically. Okay, now we're going to have a look at ability fusion. So it's the next tab. Select the home ability and world ability you want to fuse. Well, here again, we only have one choice, and it's the construct ability together with the floating ability. And here we are. After mastering the floating construction ability, using a floating platform while floating will create a platform at the landing spot, providing a surface for construction. So basically, we are taking two abilities, one home ability and one from outside the home, mixing them together to give you a variation of the home ability. And we have obtained our first sketch for dyes, the Fragrant Cup Paint Formula, a secret recipe for rainbow paint. It holds the mystery of blending vibrant colors with a fragrant cup. Okay, so we are already at the last stage of the story for today, and I'll explain just after this.
By using adventure experience with the construction ability, you can decorate your home even in midair! Nikki, that was amazing! So then, you can definitely pull this off! We once decoded messages about connections from the astrolites, and Orin used these insights to invent many things. But so far, we still don't know exactly how to use them.
Connection? Are the astrolites guiding us to connect with someone?
Orin said that once Nikki cultivates the guest vine, when it blooms, it will guide her to connect with a destined place far away. Making friends, visiting each other, that's what's in those messages. Orin made a trellis for the guest vine to grow on. Nikki, use your planting ability there to sow this seed.
Get ready, Nikki. Use your planting ability to plant the guest vine seed under the trellis.
Guest vine seed. Once fully mature, the guest vine forms a guest arch. Through the innate connection between the vines, this arch allows contact with the outside world, enabling visits and exchanges. Basically, this is what is going to connect you to the network of homes on your server. So you can go and visit homes, both of people on your friend list, but also complete strangers, and it will allow them to come and visit you as well.
Get ready, Nikki. Use your planting ability to plant the guest vine seed under the trellis. Wow, it grew so fast.
But it doesn't seem fully mature yet. Let's be patient and wait a little longer.
Among other things, we have received for our deed, pun intended, the new item classic tea table. And now we play the waiting game. Whenever you plant that vine, you have to then wait until the next reset, which for me it's at 4 a.m. in the morning, before we can resume with the quest.
Don't rush, Nikki. We can't force the vine to grow faster. While it's growing, why not see what else you can do around here?
That does not mean, though, that we are quite done for today. The first thing I want to show you, which is pretty important, we're going to go back to our construction ability, open the editing mode, and we're going to go to the options up there, selecting the first one. And we are going to save the current scheme. So the placement of all the furniture that exists on the island at this moment. That way, if you edit the scheme and anything goes wrong, you can always return to your registered scheme. And believe me, you really want to do that. Now, personally, I'm going to go do a next step, which you absolutely do not have to do, which is I'm going to clear everything on the island. I want to start with a blank canvas. So as it says, if there are unharvested crops, fish, or animals on the island, selecting continue will clear all products and send the animals away. I have nothing to lose, so I can proceed. And here we are. Now, obviously, I haven't gotten rid of everything that was on the island. Everything has just gone into my backpack now. So my backpack has gone pretty heavy. I'm going to save things as they are. Over 1,000 changes detected. True, but that's exactly what I wanted. And now we have a complete blank canvas. At least in our unlocked area. As you can see, we only have a part of the islands available to us. You have lock signs everywhere else, and we're going to have to buy permits with astralites with Posy to unlock these areas so that we can then build on them. These permits are going to be extremely expensive, but you can go to your purple, go to store, go to featured, and remember we had those healing items packs that are weekly and for free. You also have a pack of 10,000 astralites for free, also available every week, so don't forget to grab those. Okay, but things are very bare right now, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to build a very small base for Momo and myself. Nothing fancy, just a couple of seats, some shade, and a handful piece of furniture. And here is where all the furniture that was on the island has gone, basically. So you just need to open that menu, in my case using triangle, and you have the list of everything you have. And you can select whatever piece of furniture and then just place it in your environment. So I'm going to do this, not doing anything fancy. I'm just going to use the placement and rotation. And I'll see you when I'm done. One quick note though, while you're completely free to build whatever you want, two things that you should have out anyways are the crafting table and the fields, because without them, you cannot grow crops. So remember to put them out there. All right, so seating arrangement created, the crafting table is out, the fields are out. So now time to plant again. And the name of the game now is going to be Let's Max Out on Home Insights for today. Remember, you're going to be limited to 100 per day anyways. That's not a lot. So you really want to try and get your 100 a day as much as possible.
What a big harvest! Nikki, is this edible?
If you look on the left of the screen, you're going to see that we've just hit 100 insights. So I'm going to plant some more seeds, and then we're going to go and see Posy at what will be her usual haunt, namely right behind the astrolite tree. So here I'm going to choose Home Abilities. And the first order of the day is to go to ability level. At the bottom, you can see a set of rewards. There are rewards for a lot of levels. Because we unlocked planting level 1 and construct level 2, that's a total of 3 levels. So we get access to the first set of rewards, which includes an ability permit. So now we can unlock one more ability. What you choose is up to you. I would, however, recommend that you keep cooking for last. And personally, I choose to unlock fishing first. And for that, now I have to return to master ability. Then navigate to fish keeping to obtain the sketch. Again, it's a very cheap one to craft, just a few golden fragrant cups and threads of purity. So by unlocking level 1 fish keeping, we obtained ponds, a new home exclusive small fish, and fish food. Now I'm going to use our home insights that we worked hard for to upgrade my planting ability. And by upgrading, we obtained 2 medium fields, which are a new type of fields, a new type of home cultivation seed, and the ability to obtain some seeds from gathering plants in wish fields. We're going to look into that in a future video. For now, I'm going to focus on this particular reward that we get from upgrading our abilities, which is a sketch for the gramophone. Remember in the previous video, we found some music sheets. If you craft a gramophone, you can then play the sheets in your home, changing the background music. In addition, we got 2 boosts, one to the production of the asteroid tree. It's going to produce more per hour. The other is that Posier has now more asteroids to exchange with you for various crops and items you would want to sell her. After using the default fish keeping ability, Nikki can raise fish in her home pond, feed them to help them grow, and when they mature, use the fishing ability to catch them. The more of the same species Nikki catches, the more skilled she'll become. Fewer fish of that species will start out heavier. Raising fish also earns home insights, and selling mature fish grants astralites. With improved mastery, Nikki will unlock more gameplay and ability fusion to combine other abilities she has gained with her life in home. So, as I've already referred to, once you grow, crop, gather, fish, etc., you're going to be able to sell some of that, or all of it if you wish, to Posey to gather astralites. This is going to be probably a main source of astralite in this game, is selling her stuff. She has a weekly budget. Here it's set at 150,000. Know that that budget will increase as you progress through your abilities. Also, every week there will be 4 selected items that will sell for 20% more than normal price. So now that we have our fishing ability, let's raise some fish. For that, first things first, you need to set out the ponds that we received earlier. And then we can put fish in there. And this is going to work very similar to fields. So I'm going to put a small fish, and then I'm going to interact with it again. That's going to open the fish food list. And fish foods function just like dews. The basic function is to accelerate their growth, but then most of them, which are unlocked at this time, is also going to increase the chance that you could get 2 fishes instead of 1 in a given pond. And this is pretty much how I am going to end today. So let's move forward to the next day. And the first thing you can see is that life in a warm place is active again. Upon arriving at the beautiful floating island, first find the native inhabitants. They've been waiting for you, eager to share tips for living in the homeland. So let's interact with the vine again. Well, the guest arch, rather.
The vine connected to a distant place. We can feel it. There are countless warm and welcoming presences.
This place is no longer a lonely island.
From now on, Nikki can use the guest arch to connect with friends from faraway places. We can also lend Nikki a helping hand and answer all sorts of questions. Just thinking about our future home fills me with energy. I'm going to record all these memorable moments we've had since Nikki's arrival and turn them into our home journal.
Nikki, we look forward to making more special memories together in our cozy home.
You can visit linked friends anytime through the guest arch. You can explore their homes even when they are offline. And this pretty much concludes the series of quests related to housing, which means that you are from now on left to your own devices. Personally, as a guiding principle, I recommend doing enough activities to obtain 100 home insights after you log in. It's going to take you a while, the first few days. However, as you unlock new abilities and upgrade them, it's going to happen faster and faster, and very soon it's actually going to take you 1 to 2 minutes top, honestly. Now, in relation to fishing, something interesting to note is that you sell your fish by the weight. Every fish has a kind of default weight that is going to only very lightly fluctuate, but some fishing food are going to increase that weight. And in addition to that, as you gather the same fish repeatedly, that fish level is going to increase, and the higher that level is, the higher that default weight is going to be. Here's a blinker fish, as you can see, by default is around 1.92 kilos. It's not going to vary it much from that. And now that I'm done with the gathering and with replanting and adding new fish to my ponds, I'm going to head to the astrolite tree, gather my astrolites, and then visit Posey to first sell whatever crops I want to sell to make some extra astrolites. And then I'll be buying new crops and new small fishes so that I can continue grow all of that all over again and continue the cycle. Now, although I have not maxed out on my home insights for today, I already have enough to do the upgrades I wanted, which is to my planting ability. And doing that upgrade is going to unlock my level 6 reward, which is going to give me a new ability permits. So that's pretty interesting. Level 3 is going to give me access to a new type of seed, some extra fields, and an ability fusion. So next up, I'm going to grab the reward for the ability level evaluations increase. Level 6 gives us some extra blinks and sort of purities on top of that ability permit. Before unlocking my new ability though, I'm going to do the ability fusion for planting. This one is extremely useful, and unfortunately, if you started in Zealand, you won't have access to it right away because it merges your purification ability with planting. After mastering the spring sowing ability, shoot a purifying orb into a field and the wind will scatter the seeds, quickly planting them. This is going to make planting, pun intended, a breeze. And in terms of new ability, I'm choosing to unlock the star catching ability, which requires 5 golden fragrant cup and 12 threads of purity to craft the corresponding outfit. And unlocking a new ability has upgraded our ability level evaluation once more, which means one more reward from that. It's a sketch for a new furniture item. After using the default star collecting ability, Nikki can enter special vision, revealing shimmering meteorites around her. Each spark she collects will contribute to home insights. By the way, gathering meteorites is a great activity for home insights because you will obtain 10 of them apiece. So let's switch outfits and now activate the skill. This will give me special vision, and as you can see, I'm going to see those lights that indicate where meteors have fallen, well, meteorites rather than meteors. So here, all the meteors I'm seeing are from the same type. There are 4 types in total. First, you only have access to 2, and as you upgrade, you're gonna unlock the other 2. The meteorites at first are going to be 200 grams, so 0.2 kilograms. But again, as you gather more of them, their weight is going to increase. And getting my last one, after which I'm going to gather the matured crops. And this is going to make space to plant the new seeds we have unlocked. The Chime Bloom seeds. Actually, we have unlocked 3 seeds in total, but for now I'm just going to do the Chime Blooms. And the higher level the seeds are, the more of a profit you're going to make when selling them to Posy. So you don't want to exclusively grow fragrant cups for the rest of your life, basically. Not if you want to make astrolites, at any rate. I'm still going to grow some of them, and the reason for that is that we are going to use them for crafting. Now, while I wait for these plants to grow, there is something else I would like to talk to you about that's found in your purple, which is the Dreamland showcase. Now, Think seasonal pass, but for housing. Basically, you will have a number of achievement targets which reset weekly. And every time you complete a target, you receive a number of Dreamland stones, which is a specific currency, which you can then use in the Dreamland store to exchange for various pieces of furniture, but also other rewards like astrolites, shiny bubbles, or even diamonds. Please note that the furniture featured in current featured is at half price. It's not going to disappear at the end of the patch, it's just going to feature in the past featured tab, and the price is going to double. So just keep that in mind. You can still buy it, but it's going to be more expensive. However, the previous patch, for the first time, they brought back past featured furniture that we could access at half price again. So we just don't know how often they're going to do that and at what frequency. So keep that in mind, but don't count on it, is what I would say. Here you saw me obtain what rewards I have already unlocked. Now, if you look at it, you see two columns. The column on the left is what you can obtain for free. However, you can double your reward by signing the Dreamland Pact. Now, the Dreamland Pact must be unlocked with Stellarites. As you know, Stellarites cost real-life money. So that's kind of a bummer, and 680 doesn't come cheap. The interesting thing with this, though, is that if you manage to obtain at least 6,000 Dreamland stones during the patch, which, by the way, should not be too difficult, you can get your Stellarites back. So you invest your Stellarites 1, and then normally before the patch ends, you should be able to get those back and reinvest them again every month. So you only have to buy those 680 once, and then you're pretty much golden for every month coming afterwards, until or unless they change the system again. In addition, upon signing the pact, you are going to obtain a special item. In this case, the Vernal Reverie, which are a set of elaborate curtains, and the corresponding sketch. So you obtain one piece, but then you can craft them as much as you want. So I just do not have 680 Stellarites, I'm 80 short. So what I'm going to do now is go buy some Stellarites, and I'm going to be back as soon as that is done. And the cool thing about this particular patch is that we get that offer of 3 times the amount of Stellarites for the price. It typically happens when we have those double 5-star banner feature. So far, they've been pretty consistent with it, and if you're ever going to buy Stellarites, that is the right time to buy them. So I've completed the pact, I've obtained the Vernal Reverie and corresponding sketch, and now I can move back to the Dreamland Chronicles and gather the additional 600 Dreamland stones. Please note that you are capped at 2,000 Dreamland stones per week with those achievements. However, the ones from the pack do not count. So in effect, you're going to max out at 4,000. And here we are. That's pretty much everything I wanted to show you for those first 24 hours. It's a lot. It's just an entire new environment and entire new system that you have to learn. I'm hoping this video has proved useful to you. As always, feedback and constructive criticism are much welcome. All right, so to conclude, I would like to talk about the plans for what is coming up next. Next up is going to be the chapter 2 of the Wishfield storyline. It's going to be divided into 3 videos. The first one is going to be the first half of the story. That's coming next weekend, normally at the latest the week after. Then the story is going to incite us to do a bit more exploring, and that's what I'm going to do in the second video. So it's going to be dedicated to exploring and do things that I've kind of left to the side for now and which are still pretty important. And then the third video is going to resume and conclude chapter 2. After that, we are going to unlock Itzaland and do at least the first chapter in its entirety. And then I don't know. So I'm going to update you as soon as I've decided how to continue after that. In the meantime, thank you so much for staying with me all the way till the end. I wish you all a great day, a wonderful week ahead, and until next time, bye-bye.